Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Folk in Scotland, and this has been days since we've done the last one.
God, ages, eons, mate. Just wear the same clays.
Well, I had to do another one because as this goes up, I'll probably just be getting home from work because I'm working at the Scone Fair,
Scone
Palace thing.
That's where they
this
have the
weekend.
Rewind Festival.
Oh God, middle class people watching shitty old bands drinking prosecco.
ABC.
Oh,
Shoot that poison arrow through my heart.
when Smokey sings, yeah. I
Adam,
hear
I think-
violins.
I think Adamant was playing at it.
Oh dear,
Large now.
large lad.
Who
The-
lasts longer, Elton John or Adamant?
Oh, I think Adamant's going to go.
What do you think Elton John's toupee? Is that
It's-
right? Russet
you know
number?
what? It's a hard-working bit of material. Whoever makes it, well done. It stays in place.
It does.
It's done its job over the last 30 years.
Uh,
I think he should just go bald.
he just
be
needs to
bald.
pack it. He'd look, I don't know what he'd look like bald, though.
That'd be fine.
What's his real name again? He's not Shuttlebuck or something.
Oh God, it's the tip of my tongue. I do know. Ooh,
Elton
I
John's
do.
always in the
I
tip of
do,
your
I
tongue.
do know it now, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, what's the theme?
It's just a bit of news.
Oh, fuck.
Just a bit of news. We've not, it's been a few days. So, Dundee's new, I love the name of it. It's called the Les, Low Emission Zone.
Oh, Christ. Well, does the bus catching fire count?
The fumes that came off of that bus.
Was it a Lecky bus that caught fire?
I don't know, but there's not a bit of it left.
Gone. Gutted.
It's just a rusted shell.
Just like when they melt a wheelie bin. They
Which
set
my
fire-
wheelie bin's even more deformed now with the heat. I can't close the lid
No,
at all
can
now.
you? Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, a bus went on fire.
When does our Les kick in?
I think it's already started. It might have. Is
I
it
don't
not yet?
think so,
Is it not
mate,
yet?
no.
Here's the problem: 1/5 of Dundee Council's vehicles can't enter the zone.
Oh.
They never thought it through.
So the buses are all right. A lot of the buses are Lecky now.
Yeah,
A lot of I've seen quite a few electric taxis.
yeah, but all the taxis. So what ones can
But
go in?
they
Is there
say
a dis-
anytime you speak to a taxi driver, this is the worst time for taxis.
right?
People just aren't. I don't know, because there's no the amount. Okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Everyone's kind of falling.
there used to be a lot more taxis.
I hope we don't end up with those fucking rickshaws again,
Oh,
because I hate those fucking things.
you'll probably start getting the electric rickshaws.
Well, we had the Lecky bikes, but
So-
that failed miserably.
That could only fail. They were so
Ugly,
expensive.
they're so ugly,
They were heavy,
so expensive. Yeah.
dangerous.
I just don't
The
understand.
brakes weren't great on
No.
them. No, they weren't good.
The only person I ever saw in it was some gadgy bairns going about causing bother on them.
Yeah, yeah. No, it wasn't a good
That
plan.
water is so cold. It's wonderful.
Although now
Wonderful.
I am not in the position to buy an electric bike yet, but the electric bike that I was looking at
Okay,
is down to £2,000.
it's not bad.
There is a drop,
Okay,
and it's a high bike. It is really good quality, German made,
right.
and it's like £1,000 lower.
Okay.
So they're starting to get into an
Okay.
area which is, and it's all quite spec'd. It's quite
Uh-huh.
good. So,
Uh-huh.
but 2,000 is still a lot. And I've got a bike, and I'm fine on it, But
Yeah.
the idea of going on a good journey and then getting to a hill and get assistance to go up that hill, oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, it's best. I
That
know
would be great. But we're in the area where it's starting to look a bit
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But
No, because Glasgow, the Les is kicked in Glasgow already, I think.
right,
But there's the usual folk are. It's the best thing ever or the worst. Nothing's just anymore. It's either the best idea that's ever been
I
or the
think
worst idea.
the
that's
problem
ever been.
is, if it had been a vibrant city centre, we've got lots of shops, everything's happening, and they made it just for pedestrians or electric vehicles, you go, I could see it. Our city centre is dead on its arse,
It's a mess.
and now you're cutting more off from it, and more, it's just, I can't
it's a-
see it
it's
being
a bit-
fixed.
It's a bit of a mess. It's so expensive to have a business. in
And the
town.
problem,
Dundee's problem is
mm-hmm.
there was no local businesses, no independent stores.
right, yeah,
They all went years ago. We got in the big companies, and then they all just fucked off, and there's nothing left. And they're still expecting people to pay big company prices. They
yeah, and
can't.
it's not. And then you want to go into town, people say, well, I've got nowhere to park and I can't walk far. They go, get on the bus. There's no buses.
Yeah, there's a
The buses have been on strike for months, and they're going to be on strike for months. And even when they're not on strike, they're taking away all the routes.
Yeah. There's routes which old folk rely upon. And
My mum went to the doctor's.
Uh-huh.
Now she's 81. She always gets the bus. She gets her bus pass, all
Right.
this sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
It took her 2 hours to get home.
That's awful. That's awful.
2 hours on a bus.
A mate of mine's a bus driver, and he
20
says,
minutes away.
worst thing they ever did, free travel for the kids. He says it's a nightmare. Because they've got rid of all the clippies.
Yeah.
So you're a bus driver, you're in your cab. What are you supposed to do if his kid's fucking
Chaos.
about upstairs? It's just a kind of nightmare scenario.
No, I think...
Generally everybody's got better. My theory, I think back in the day, lead petrol contributed to this. Everybody was fucking
I was
aggressive.
watching a thing about it. It was a lot more than they even thought.
Yeah,
They're
very.
starting to look back on it and
causing
go,
a lot of
yep.
aggression.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone was a bit of a general cunt back in the day. But as
We
time has
tried.
gone on, people have kind of got better. But the hardcore cunts are just getting maybe slightly more cuntish.
I think our attitudes have
The
become a bit
litter,
more
Dundee. The thing that
sensitive
pisses
to
me
it.
off the most about Dundee is the litter. There's litter everywhere.
This is new. This is since lockdown. That you suddenly there's litter everywhere now, and that wasn't now where it's
I
just
never, my entire life, even as a little kid, my mum and dad drummed into me, don't litter, it's terrible.
never.
I don't.
yeah, don't
I've
do it.
never thrown as
Never
much as
done
a
it.
sweetie paper on the ground.
Have you ever dropped a sweetie paper and ran for your life to get
I
it?
picked up, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
I've done that.
Ate and I put it in the bin.
Yeah,
But then what's happening, I suppose, is they're putting it, there's these kind of street wheelie bins that
Yeah.
have, they're full of stuff and the seagulls are pecking it and it all
It's
goes
just
everywhere.
goes everywhere.
But what I've noticed with Dundee in the heat, the smell coming off stuff has
Oh.
been, and the drains, because a lot of drains, you see them and they're just, on Lochie Road, they're full of silt.
Well, that's the
So
problem
the water's
with them.
not going anywhere.
The Lochie Road, essentially, it's an old burn.
Yeah,
So
it rolls
water,
down
and
there.
it turns into a wee river again
Yeah.
when it rains. But the drains they put in have been there since Victorian times.
Yeah.
But now there's more houses. There's just recently a lot
Fanny
more houses.
pads
Oh my God!
and wet wipes.
Don't
Yeah.
flush them, people.
I think people
They
maybe
pop up
argue
in
with
our
me.
work.
You know what's the biggest problem for the future of humanity? Women. They're our greatest hope and are fucking destroying us because we need them to continue. Without women, we're at a bit of a loose end.
That's true.
But at the same time, they've got their fucking pills going into the water supply and all their fanny pads and moist wipes for their makeup are all going down the drains.
It'll be the end
So
of
they're
us.
simultaneously the best thing and the worst thing. I don't know what we're going to do about
There's a
it.
drain not far from this building that was causing a problem,
Uh,
and I saw a guy with a hook, just
just hooking it out.
just hooking them out, tons
Just-
of them,
Just fanny rags.
tons of them, and then he
Could they
got it, and you could
recycle
hear it
them?
going thump, and it went
Could
moving.
they
again.
recycle it and turn it into what can they make it? Insulation foam or something?
Yeah,
I
get your,
watched a thing in Saudi Arabia.
get your house, the walls, the cavities filled with it.
Saudi Arabia, just millions of tyres every year.
Yeah,
And they break them down into pellets and they put them into tarmac, asphalt to make roads. So you can recycle stuff, reuse
yeah,
things.
but microplastics and
Micropla-
rubbers, and
Oh, fucking hell.
it just never ends.
There's no solution to anything, is there?
There's no solution. It's just, but it's nature.
Stagger on, yeah.
It's nature. The fact that we do anything
In
is
a
nature.
human scale,
It's
they're
just-
going about recycling, like
Mhm.
plastic
Yeah,
takes so long to be destroyed. In a human scale, of course, it's a bad thing, but in the history of the earth, everything we produce will disappear.
it'll
eventually.
disappear. It'll be gone, and no one will think about
There'll
it.
be nothing left. All humanity's enterprises will be completely reduced to zilch, to nothing.
I like the thought.
I
of-
think slugs need their chance.
yeah.
Slugs and snails, or amphibians.
Oh, but they're
Ken, the
killers.
dinosaurs had their chance.
But snails are
Mam-
killers.
this is a time of the mammal. Have
Yeah.
insects and slugs and that really had their time?
No,
Imagine
but
a world. It'd be more organised. There wouldn't
I
be.
disagree.
There would not be litter if we were man-sized ants.
No, but they're a tad violent.
No, they're not. Ants are not violent to each
Ants,
other.
not
Very
to each other.
compassionate.
No, because they're
There'd
one
be no
animal.
noise. They just go up to each other in the street and they just they'd send out pheromones. How are you today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm well. Fancy
Don't
going.
send your pheromones over
fan-
here. I'll warn you
No,
right
this,
now.
this isn't pheromones.
Oh, right,
this is the
okay.
antennae.
Okay.
The rub antennae. And then they say, do you want to go for some honeydew down in the honeydew parlour? No.
Best film ever
Imagine
made.
the trains. man.
Them.
Oh,
Giant
yeah.
ants.
Oh,
Isn't
giant
that
ants.
the most wonderful
love it.
film?
I
Oh,
love it.
it's flawless.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a flawless film.
What's
It's
that,
Aliens.
What's that Joan Collins one? Empire of the Ants.
Yeah, that's
Not
not
quite
so good. That's not so good. So that was the way I started it. Now
Yeah.
let's go over the middle class faux hippie hellscape of Glastonbury, because we talked about it in the last podcast a few days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago. Guns N' Roses, I'm led to believe, are fucking awful.
Have you go and watch it? Now I didn't know this.
He looks like a canteen lady.
He does, but his voice is now turned into, you know, on Family Guy, the pedo guy. It's the same voice.
Oh,
He sings with the same voice. I saw it. I couldn't
is
stop
he just
laughing.
Is he busted?
It's broken. It's broken.
just
But
shouting.
he sounds like the old pedo.
Oh,
It's
no.
funny as anything.
He's not a nice. What I found shocking, I've not seen hardly. I saw a lot about Elton John. He's done, but they were on time. They got on the stage on time.
That's not good. You're meant to be waiting 3 hours.
Wait 3 hours for them.
Yeah.
And Slash is still doing his thing. I think they got. It was a lot of
He's
session.
an elderly man.
Was
He's
there
a
lot-
pensioner
Was there
now.
a lot of session musicians come in to like
Oh, they'd
speed
have
the
to
shit up?
be. Yeah, they'll have
Okay.
to, because they just fall asleep.
Was Toya Wilcox there?
Oh, God.
Of course she was.
She'd be in the crowd.
She's been on one stage. Did you see Rick Astley?
Now,
I
this
saw
is...
a clip of him.
I put it... Now, what is the lineup for kids? Young people are getting
No,
out. They're going to see
Glastonbury's
it.
not a young
Guns N'
person.
Roses, Arctic Monkeys, Rick Astley, Blondie, Sparks, and Fatboy Slim. I just
No,
kill myself.
But Glastonbury's not a young person's festival.
No, it's not.
But there are young people festivals. Glastonbury's old hip.
It's
It always has been.
horrible. It's
a
horrible.
crusty thing. Blondie, not a fan of Blondie?
Yeah, but I don't want to see it now.
No, she's getting on a bit.
I don't want to see it now.
What,
I want to see it 40 years ago.
Fatboy Slim's just 90s
It's
to
just,
me.
and I don't want to hear it. I
Rick
don't-
Astley was going about, I hate his faux humility. Oh, what
Yeah.
am I doing here? Just like a cup of tea. But he had trousers on that were up to here.
But he's at that age. They should be.
No, that,
Did you see Mark Hamill
what do you think?
as a
of-
Jedi? His belt was up here. He's
what
an
do you-
old man.
What do you think of Astley? Do you think Astley's got soul?
You know what?
Think he's got a decent
I don't-
voice?
He's fine.
Bland.
Bland. I just think Rick Astley is inoffensive.
Yeah.
He's just
But
let him
he-
do his thing and
but
let everyone have fun. I don't.
At least he knows he's naff. I
he's
kind of like.
very knowing.
I kind of like people that do that.
He's very knowing, and I give him that. I think he's okay.
Guns N' Roses were the biggest and coolest band in the world for a period of time,
hmm
and then kind of Britpop came, and they just
And it just made them.
overnight they
Overnight they were
looked
done.
naff.
hmm
Everybody's like, "Oh, that looks terrible."
Yeah.
It's like fucking like Led Zeppelin were cool, and then punk came along, and they
It
just,
looked
oh,
terrible. Yeah. It's just the
It's
it's
just
the
the way
nature
of
of
it.
things. And they were
Blondie.
done.
No, I don't want to see a band old singing songs that did well badly. It's like I like the Beatles. I would never in a million years see. I don't want to see Paul McCartney now.
Yeah.
I like some Rolling Stones stuff. I would hate to see them now.
I love Skunk Anansie.
I know,
In the
no,
90s.
no.
I love
I've
them.
gone off her all of a sudden.
Well, that's something very different, and I agree. But I loved them. But when I saw them do Glastonbury a few years ago, and everyone's still terrified of them, they're like, "What is this?" They had their time.
Uh-huh.
You have your time, and then you move on to something else. A band is an orchid. It
But
has its moment.
Glastonbury. The only thing that gets better as they go older is folk music and blues musicians.
Okay.
They're great as old
Mhm.
musicians. It works, but not rock and pop. No,
Well,
Like
I was
Glastonbury's
talking.
not about music. Glastonbury's there's a greater festival where you can go and do stupid shit.
I was talking a couple of podcasts ago about my love for Tiffany and Debbie Gibson.
Okay, have they been back in contact with you?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
The restraining order.
But if you see Debbie Gibson now, who's like 53, going, "Shake your love, just can't shake your love," it's like, stop it. Stop it.
I would have invested my
Just
money
don't.
so I don't have to do that shit anymore.
Yeah, get into like garages,
But something.
and then you're
it's
fine.
like I can't understand, and everybody's saying everybody's
Tires.
try to shame Madonna because she looks fucking despicable. It's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have thought Madonna would have a way. I have a lot of respect for the woman. I think she could have went away and done more.
Yeah,
Been behind the scenes, been something else.
I
I
think
don't know why she's done a song
know
with
what's
Sam
happened?
Smith, and I've heard
it's
it.
awful. Oh, it's embarrassingly
Is
awful.
that a shocker?
It's probably one of the worst songs I've heard in 20 years.
Came
And I'm
with
not
the
exaggerating.
kind of worst song I heard in 30 years.
What's that?
During lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
Mick Jagger did a song with Jack Black. Not Jack Black, him from the White Stripes.
White, Jack
Jack
White.
White.
No, did not work.
Just thought,
Jack White's really good as well. He's
Yeah.
really good.
just. But Jagger's still speaking a bit. You're like, no, you're an elderly,
Elderly,
fucking
elderly
tax
man.
dodging, fucking piece of shit.
But
So the headline was Guns N' Roses on one night. I heard
Oh,
the
that's
Arctic Monkeys
terrible.
were terrible.
Yeah,
Because they've
everyone's
turned
slowed
into
down.
like a cabaret act.
Well, they come out and they're all neatly dressed, and you're like,
He
what
does
are you
this kind of, there's
Dum,
mascara on your lips.
doing? Like, what are you doing?
You know, I'd love to see
Yeah.
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow is a great man.
Can you imagine
Got his
that?
nose done.
Yeah, it looks,
Strange.
is it?
He got his nose done.
Late in life.
Well,
I think he'd put on a good show, but yeah.
I was driving home from, I think it was down Newcastle or
Right.
something, and it was years ago, and it was Glastonbury,
Yeah.
and I was listening to it on radio, and it was Lionel Richie.
Oh.
Oh, he fucking killed.
Did he still kill it?
But
His bones are good. He's a good musician.
he's great. Oh, a proper musician.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
think of Brickhouse and
He's
the Commodores and
the surgery's getting a wee bit out of control.
he's
But he put on a good.
he
Yeah,
put on a great show, and the reason
he's had
is,
some banging songs.
it was the year that Kanye played
Yeah,
Glastonbury, and it was just a lackluster display.
yeah. It was just.
And then Lionel Richie does his thing, and
Yeah,
he's just
just-
fucking. He connects with the crowd.
Yeah,
The songs were
he's
great.
smooth,
He was
isn't he?
fun. He's very self-aware.
Yes,
He's very silly.
he knows
and-
he's a bit naff.
But then he plays and sings and,
And
turns
he's
it on.
wonderful,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's brilliant.
He's got. I'm sure I've got a couple Lionel Richie.
Love
albums.
Lionel
Oh, yeah,
Richie.
he's good.
When my girlfriend comes in,
Mm.
we will play Dancing on the Ceiling to get
Ah.
the day going.
Oh, what a feeling!
Love it.
That was playing in the Zeebrugge. That's a terrible
Jesus.
joke. That's a joke from the 80s, isn't
Oh God, yeah. The day it happened. That's
I
the
know.
yeah.
it? Remember before the internet, how terrible jokes used to come round?
You knew
Like
them all.
within a day.
I remember
Were
going
people
into school.
phoning each other? It must have been by phone.
I came home from school,
It wasn't on the telly.
and on the TV live was a picture of a parachute,
Uh-huh.
and it was, I think, a doctor going into the sea. There was something going on because Challenger had exploded, and I hadn't seen it, but I'd seen all this aftermath of it
Uh-huh.
live on TV. Next day, I went in. Mate goes to me. What does NASA stand for?
Uh,
The next day,
yes. So how was it
9
getting,
in the morning.
How was it getting to you? It must have been, you know who it was?
Yeah.
Long distance lorry drivers.
You say that about everything.
I think they are
That's how
going up.
viruses go around the
But
world.
they're going up and not now, it's internet. So a joke can be told in bloody Kuala Lumpur and it's here
I watched this
instantaneously.
documentary once, and it was talking about human virus
Uh-huh.
behavior,
Right.
and they had to look for something they could identify.
Okay.
And this professor said people put their caps on backward.
Uh-huh.
He says, now the reason we use that is because there's no real purpose to it.
Mm-hmm.
You just put your cap on backwards. So they looked where they could slowly identify it from, and it spreads the exact same as a virus through humanity. If it was a disease like COVID, it spreads exactly the same.
Interesting.
So arteries and stuff like that, it's roads. It's
Have you seen the
literally
famous
roads.
picture of the guy, baseball cap on
It's
backwards?
like that.
Bit like, say, travellers back in the day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of anti-traveller feeling now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was quite the opposite back in the day because people relied upon them for stories. They were bringing news.
That's wild.
Little
eh?
communities. You never saw people.
The internet
Uh-huh.
has both made everything better and everything worse. I'm convinced
It's
of it.
100%. It tickles your balls and punches you in the face every day.
What one's the bad one?
Depends.
Anyway,
Depends. Tickle your face and punch you in the balls.
notice something. I've picked up on something I don't think anyone in the world
Oh
has.
God, what is this now?
All films that come out now are failing. Every single one. You just we've got The Flash,
No.
Elemental, everything
No.
apart from Tom Cruise films. Soon, very soon, we're going to have this dystopian
What's
future. where there's-
Elemental? Is that did that
It's
do
a
badly?
Pixar thing.
Is it done badly?
Hugely badly, a massively expensive film, and it's nobody's went to see it. You haven't even heard of it.
I know I have. It's the Ice and Fire. Or
All
whatever
right,
film.
but
I've
no
seen
one's
the
went to see
trailer.
it.
No, because nobody's going. I'm not going back to cinema.
I've never been.
You know
since
why? Because
lockdown,
I
I'm not
love
going.
eating, but not while I'm watching a film. And folk just eat in their phones. It's not a nice experience.
Now, a lot of people talk about
The Flash one. That's fatigue with superheroes.
we're done.
It's like my dad when he was a kid. You know what everything was? Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. Then just one day,
All cowboy films.
no cowboy.
Every star made cowboy
Yeah.
films. No cowboys.
And to this day, they still try it. Let's go back and try a cowboy film.
Well, remember,
Nobody watches them.
Well, the last cowboy film, Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood number.
Yeah.
They thought, is this going to be a renaissance of cowboy
Mhm.
films? No, it didn't work out.
And then a few years ago, they done Magnificent Seven. Nobody
that
cared.
was a lackluster pile of shit.
But nobody
though.
cared.
No.
Nobody cared.
The Flash is done badly because it's fatigue and superheroes. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't catch it. I watched the first episode of that Secret War,
Oh, yeah.
and it's
This
just
is
so
just-
dour.
I don't want that.
I don't really care.
I don't care about
I
anybody
like
in-
a Cambridge Bulletproof. Kim always makes money.
What's
Horror
that?
films.
Of course.
I
course
think
I
the
do.
new Evil Dead one looks good. I
I've
think
still
the-
not seen it yet, but I'm
I'll watch it. Sisu's
looks
the be-
amazing.
one of the best films I've seen in a long time.
Great fun.
I suspect Indiana Jones is going to just do badly.
Yeah. Well, see, I've heard a lot of things about the sexism that you've got an 81-year-old.
I
guy.
think they're slug. Yeah,
It's just a bit-
you can't make a film that's set. When's it set? 50s.
60s, something
60s.
like that, yeah.
You can't set a film when they're mouthing the words of now.
It doesn't.
It's
It's
It just
yeah.
annoys me. I want to see a period piece. LA Confidential,
Yeah.
one of my favourite films, because you feel like you're fucking there.
Use the language that might be
Use-
incredibly offensive now.
Yes,
Use it.
Use
to-
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't fucking no. Don't fucking.
Don't shy away from.
Don't tell me.
Period.
Yeah. Bad language.
Mm-hmm.
People being horrible.
Yeah. That's
no.
part of the tale. If you take it out,
Yeah.
then it's not even
Bland.
revisionism. It's just it's
No.
bland. It's just yeah.
It's awful.
But this means soon there'll only be one actor. That's Tom Cruise. There'll
No,
only
because
be
I
one
saw
film. Tom
and
Cruise.
he was
films.
he was looking a bit turnipy,
He's 60.
and his hair was a bit bouffant, and he's in the middle of trying to set up a fake relationship with that Haley Atwell lad.
Yeah, that's not real.
That's the second time he's had a swipe at her.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
seemingly trying to fuck.
Funny girl, big jaw.
Trying to voluptuous. He was trying
Yeah.
to fuck Shakira, but she's went with Lewis Hamilton, the most boring man in the world. It's Lewis Hamilton.
He is kind of
Oh,
boring.
it's utterly, he dresses flashy, but he's
But
very
yeah, when
boring.
you talk to him, it's like, oh,
Christ, he's boring.
That's great.
So imagine losing a woman to Lewis
I remember
Hamilton.
him. There was one interview, and he was talking about his having to get his gold pass for his Xbox.
Okay. Oh,
You know, like he's a multi-millionaire, and he had to spend 40 quid. Oh, I'll have to get that because I want to be playing with my brother at some point this weekend. He's like, oh my god,
Did you see the red carpet stuff for the new Mission Impossible film?
I haven't seen it. No.
And just everyone's like contractually obliged to say how great Tom Cruise is.
Oh yeah, you've got to say
Simon
how
Pegg's
wonderful
like,
it
oh,
is.
he's just incredible. He does all his own
It's just
stuff.
amazing.
You're like, shut the fuck up.
See, here's the thing, right?
Did you see the last Mission Impossible film?
Yeah,
What happened in that?
the last one. I
Was
didn't
that the
like
one he
that
almost
much.
drowned in a washing machine?
Yeah,
But yeah, I've seen that.
yeah.
The Top Gun film I kind of enjoyed, but
I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't watch it again.
No,
it's just
it's a one. But you know what? That really worked about it. Well, one, it was a Star Wars remake completely.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But it was like this room. We have areas, and you've brought in blinds today that could divide it. The film, what's missing from films now, and the people don't really realise that there's clear sections and acts to the film.
Yeah.
And in that, there was a clear act.
Yeah.
That Rocky had the montage.
Yeah.
There was a clear
I agree.
act. And now when you get the superhero ones, there's so much weaving and weaving, you kind of get a bit bored.
No, it's a spectacle. It's a special effects.
There's just,
I was
yeah,
reading an article some special effects guy said, and he said it's a hellscape
I could imagine.
making stuff for these
yeah.
films, and they don't give two fucks.
Yeah. And
It's just done.
what was it? There was one special effects guy saying, we worked on the special effects scene
Yeah,
before there was a script.
yeah.
They were saying, we want this to happen in it. So
Yeah.
they're designing it. And they don't even know who's going to
They
be in
don't
it.
know,
That's insane.
and they kind of get paid the same money if it's like a bullet splatter
Yeah.
or a person. Fucking
Well, it was
hell.
famously, it was Life of Pi. special effects were amazing. The company that did it shut down, got an Oscar, and then shut down.
I never
They
saw
weren't getting
it.
paid.
Never saw it.
Special effects were great. Now, speaking of films, and not expecting them to turn out the way you wanted,
The
I
cinema
watched
experience isn't good.
Extraction 2.
Do you think?
Fucking shit.
It's no Sisu, is it?
You want to know what happened? Now, I'll give them this. They had years to work on the first Extraction, so there was a...
Extraction one's better.
It's great, because there was interaction between the good guy, the bad... There was a whole thing going on. In this one, they had a lot shorter time to get this film together, right?
The villain's not
But-
good. I don't like villains
No.
with scars.
With the sky, I
It's
don't like that.
obvious, no.
Or they're sort of Russian, so put a leather jacket on. Right, okay. And actually, the bad guys were so Russian, when you see them getting thrown through the air, they're wearing Adidas trackies.
They were Russian.
And it's like, but there was too many,
There wasn't
too
enough,
much action.
There wasn't
too
enough
much.
twinkle.
It was a
The wee
bit
kid
nasty.
was horrible.
Yeah. It was a bit, I don't know.
Did you,
I
have
was
you wa-
bored.
Did you watch John Wick 4?
No, not seen it yet. Because every time we sit down to it, and the last time we went, let's watch it, and it was about 11:30. We didn't realise it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So we thought, right, we'll watch it
But
earlier.
it's kind of, it's what it's got it's campy Wick, John Wick.
That's what you need in
So you
something
need
like
it.
that. Yes.
Extraction 2, he's a big lad, but there's a couple bits he kind of twinkles a wee bit, he winks and that,
Yeah.
that's all right.
But
But John Wick, I like, it's how Keanu Reeves acts, he kind of, just his
he lumbers
physicality.
everywhere. Yeah. There's a
kinda-
lumbering.
I kind of like it. There's a bit in a stairs.
If Clyde
Aye.
from Every Which Way But
Yeah.
Loose was given a suit
He's
and a
loo-
gun, same
He's
thing.
loose short. He's not
Yeah.
graceful particularly.
No.
But he lumbers is one where he used to go to the top of these stairs and he fights, he kills like 100 people and then falls down and goes right to the bottom again.
Yeah.
And he's kind of and I liked it. I John Wick, and
But that's the
Wick and
punchline.
Yeah.
There was no punchline in
No.
Extraction 2. I was on my phone.
Nobody really died.
You've got that. Now,
His brother died.
yeah, they had that
The-
scene where it's 21 minutes, where it's meant to be one take. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
very short scenes put together
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Beautifully. But there was see, in a film, when we were growing up, they had one moment. Do you remember the bit where Rambo stitches his own arm?
Yeah.
And it was like just one moment.
Now it's huge.
It's just too many moments.
like if you imagine a fucking James Bond film with Roger Moore,
uh-huh.
he lightly tapped a few people. And
That's
I
it,
found
yeah.
it exciting at the time.
Exactly.
It's so. There's a bit in the prison where he fights like about 200 people.
yeah.
How many people is he killing that film?
Oh,
600
just
people.
a million. It's considered genocide.
But he doesn't. He gets shot, but then he bounces back.
Oh, wait a minute. He gets stabbed
He's like you.
and he
at
pulls
one
the knife out. And forgets it. And then gets shot in the hole.
He's like you at this stage. He's got he's all crippled. Then he goes and chops some wood. That's a bit Rocky-esque.
Well, right, here was another problem with it. He goes, I'm out. I'm not doing this. And he's got the same leg
And
brace
then
as me. Good leg brace.
Idris Elba rocks up.
And he doesn't give a fuck about anymore. He'll just be in anything. So he goes, right, here's about his sister-in-law's in trouble. And the music goes, oh, and he's lifting stuff. Oh, no, it should have went. And you're like, yeah, come on, fucking Extraction guy too.
Right.
And then he's lifting stuff and, yeah, come on,
But
Extraction
we've
guy.
now entered the Extraction universe because there's Idris Elba. We've
And
got
he goes,
jobs
no, I've
for
got a
you.
job. Well, see, this is why that I could never go to New York if the John Wick universe was real, because I'd be the only non-assassin in the whole of New York. I've fixed the
Everyone.
John
The guy
Wick
selling
universe.
the guy selling the hot dogs is assassin.
Right, here's what you do.
Yeah.
Right, you're in charge. I'm the table. Right?
Okay.
And I go, right, guys, we've got out of hand. There's 7 million people in Manhattan.
All assassins.
7 million assassins. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep 20 assassins, and the rest of you we're going to encourage and actually help you.
Who's cleaning the
retrain.
toilets? Who's cleaning the toilets?
Well, they clean the toilet until they get the phone call. And
because even the toilet roll's got a wire in it, so you
exactly.
can cheese knife
So
people.
we're going to retrain you.
Okay.
And we're going to encourage, we're going to help you. You're not going to be abandoned, but some of you are going to be retrained in coding. Some of you will become into nursing. There's many options
Aye.
there for you, and you've got great skills that you could take forward. And at this point, the table would like to thank you for all your help and stuff like that. Now, there'd be strikes, there'd be protests, but the reality, jobs change. We don't need 7 million assassins.
I know. There's a bit. He ends up getting a chokey wank from these Russians because it's all quite funny. And he's killing a it's so ludicrous.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
But
3 hours surprised me.
Extraction 2
was
thinks
ugly.
it's more grounded, but it's
It was
ridiculous.
ugly. It was ridiculous. Right, here's another thing in Extraction. How many helicopters did they have? They were just falling out of the sky.
He's just taking them out time after time.
Helicopter everywhere. And
And
then the
folks'
bit,
balance are good. They're jumping on these
Slide.
moving trains. I wouldn't be able to do that.
have
would
you ever ran and jumped on an escalator and mistimed it?
There's
You're
a
on
good
your
chance I'll
shins.
fall over getting out of this chair.
Exactly. It's not easy
But
getting
then
on a
there
train.
was you get other campy stuff. There was that Citadel, that Richard Madden thing, and I watched 2 episodes on it. It's,
Painful.
It's absolute guff.
Costs a fortune.
It's guff.
30 million an episode.
Even the Tooch can't save it. Big Tooch is in it.
Oh, he's just having a laugh. He's just going like that. I'm getting a car out of this and a house. It's just
Oh,
awful.
and I know you did my tits in about that
What?
Secret War thing.
Oh,
Well, Samuel L's always good, but you know who one of the villains are? Olivia Colman, Britain's poshest woman.
I don't understand
Oh,
her appeal.
A big round face. It's awful. And I think they kill old Kobe Smothers.
What?
Oh, is it Kobe Smothers or
Yeah,
Smothers?
she wanting out. She finally wanting
She
out of
gets
this.
shot in the tits and she dies.
She's been doing this for like 12 years. It's
It's
like,
just an
wanna
easy
move on.
payday. But Ken who rocks up in it as well? What's his name? The black guy. Iron Man's mate.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Steel
yeah.
Patriot, whatever his name.
Yeah.
Him.
What's he doing in it?
He's not in a
Money,
suit. He's
money,
just money. They must
money.
say, here's a couple million, come and do this.
It's easy work. It really is.
It's just nonsense. Yeah, you
It's
just. No, I think the whole thing, they just need to stop. But they won't stop till they've milked. Like there's a new Transformer film.
Oh, that's. Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't. I watched the first one of those,
I did,
and
yeah.
it gave me a sore head.
That's true.
And then I watched one where Anthony Hopkins is in it, and it was
Oh, I've
such a
not seen
pile
that.
of shit. I'm like, I know I stopped.
When I first
Have
watched
you got
it,
to the stage now where life's precious, time is precious? If I'm hating a film, as a young
I'd put
guy,
it
I would
off.
have just watched
I'd
it.
watch it.
Half the films I
I
turn
went
on now.
to. I locked myself out the house, and I went to see Starsky and Hutch,
Oh,
and I sat through. it.
Jesus.
I went to see.
Jesus.
I went to see Highlander 3: The Quickening, and I sat through it.
Jesus. You know the first
Was
film
it
I
The
walked
Quickening? The third
first
one?
film I walked out of, and I'm really glad. Captain, my Captain, Dead Poets Society.
Oh God, I never saw it until it was on TV.
I was about 30 minutes into that, and I thought,
Just went,
I'm
no.
leaving this shit.
The first time I walked out,
Uh-huh.
have I walked out the cinema?
Satisfying.
No. I've wanted to walk out, but I never have because it's quite expensive.
It's very expensive.
So I'm sitting through.
Have you
it.
seen the new Avatar film yet?
No, not yet.
I've not even pirated it. No, sorry, I meant
Not pirate. Bought it.
bought it. Not bought it yet.
No, I think I'll be watching that at some point. I saw
It's
a
one
couple
of these
of
films
clips
you
and
need to. Did that make money? That made a lot of money.
yeah, a
did it?
lot of money.
Okay,
It's done. It's like I think the third biggest film of all time.
but the price he paid in the Satanic Rite was the death of people. Well, that's what I was going to say to you.
Thump.
That poor wee bastard that got fucking obliterated.
Yeah.
He was down there to do a Rubik's Cube record. He was going to do the fastest Rubik's Cube at depth.
Oh,
next
what a
to it.
shame. 19.
And his mum swapped. She was going to go, but then she said, "You go and do your Rubik's Cube thing."
The more
Haunting,
you
isn't
hear
it?
about it, I don't like that. It's
But the
depressing.
more you hear about it, the more of a cunt that guy was, the company guy. People said
Yeah.
to him, "No, you can't do this." He says, "Oh, you're just trying to stifle creativity."
Everyone tried to stop him.
Everyone tried to stop him.
They tried to approach him
Has
friendly.
he never ever thought to himself, people are trying, these people maybe know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That kind of ego is very dangerous.
And it was fiberglass, carbon fiber.
a tube.
It's glass.
It's like, it's as well built as this thing we've done. Would you take this to the bottom of the ocean?
Well, no,
I think
because
this might leak.
we have a bedroom door on it. That's going to be the
Is that
main-
going to be the weak spot?
that's the issue.
Okay.
We don't have the draft excluder yet. If you have a draft excluder, Titanic, no
Okay,
problem.
well, fine. Yeah.
That's what they were missing, a draft excluder.
Jesus. Fuck's sake.
So
But
that
the
was
world's moved on. Ken, and Ken, there's a coup attempt in Russia, and everybody's forgotten about that already.
yeah. I don't know what happened
Prigozhin.
there. I don't know what happened. I think he went, let's march on Moscow, and then the Russian army will back us up. And the army went, no. And they all went, well, yeah, I think we better just
bought
fuck
him
off. Yeah.
He's allowed to continue his misadventures in Africa
Strange.
because they'll go into Africa, an African country,
Yeah.
and they'll say, right, if you've got a problem with rebels, we'll sort that out for you. They go in, they slaughter all the rebels, hang
Yeah.
people, fucking behead people, and then but they get rights to the minerals.
It's
So
a
they're
weird
not
one.
they're a military plus they're an industrial complex.
It's
It's wild.
Cold War. Now I watched the thing, and someone was saying they're going about World War II and the Cold War, and I went, no, World War II never ended.
No,
you
yeah.
can draw a line to today of what's been
But
going
human
on.
history.
It's
No, there's no.
fascinating.
But they give kind of Elizabethan age. They give thing ages, and it's nonsense.
Yeah,
Because
it's
humanity just rolls on.
It keeps going.
It
It keeps
rolls
going.
on.
Now,
Yeah.
next story.
Okay.
At last, the homeless people of the United Kingdom have a saviour, a crusader, someone, a champion with the knowledge, the talent, and the experience to be the voice for the voiceless. They're going to stand up and they're going to save them and get homes for the homeless.
Many tiny homes. Many
Jerry
homes.
Horner,
Oh,
Ginger Spice out
Oh,
the
she's
Spice Girls.
awful.
She's a fucking terrible person.
I like her chutzpah. Chutzpah?
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Because she was, and I'm not being derogatory to this, she would admit this herself back in the day. She was a tart that used to get her tits out for Turkish television.
Ah, haven't we all?
Yeah.
To be fair,
She's a good 10 years older than I am.
I think she's
But
63.
She was well in her 30s when she was in the Spice Girls.
Yeah, they've hidden it well. They've hidden
Yeah.
it well. Yeah.
But she's married somebody with money and now she's all posh.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard a lassie called Donna Eyre?
Yes.
Donna Eyre was in Biker Grove and she was a
Yeah.
blonde, one of these
Mhm.
off the peg blonde people. She's married into money and now she's got a posh accent.
Oh, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want to marry into money.
Reinvent yourself.
Ooh, don't
A
you
so-
know? I'd
people
like
who-
a biscuit, please.
Like a social chameleon.
I don't know.
But Jerry Horner's like that. And how's she get a... No, but she's not ending homelessness. Have you not heard this?
Oh, what is it?
You know who's going to do it? The
Oh, no.
Prince of Wales.
No. They're doing it together.
Oh, so the
They're
right,
doing it
okay.
together.
So the Prince of Wales has thought, I need somebody on my team, my A team.
Yeah, someone
I'm going to get somebody,
the youth will listen to.
and I'll get fucking one of the Spice
One of the
Girls.
Spice Girls from 30 years ago.
They'd be better off with Florty Spice because she has a look of homeless person.
She does. I like her.
No, she's another one. I
Oh,
think
what's happened?
I
What's she
find
done?
them all just frauds, and
Oh, they're all
she's-
frauds.
they're all tax dodging frauds.
Oh, the tax dodging. I
Mel
don't like
Mel
that.
B's like awful. She's like predating
she's-
upon her staff.
Yeah,
and
she's not good.
big coke energy.
Oh yeah. there's
So
all
he's
that.
got. So who else has he got in the team? Just
That's
her?
it. That's all you need. If you've got the Prince of Wales, that's his name.
Yeah.
The Prince William, the Prince of Wales, and Jerry Horner. That's like
So is he?
no. That's like Tom Cruise and Iron Man being. Wait, is Tom Cruise Iron Man? Which one's Iron Man? Tom
Don-
Cruise was going to be Iron
Oh,
Man.
it's Don Cheadle's name, the black guy.
Don Cheadle. Yeah, no, it's Robert Downey Jr.
Uh-huh.
8 years ago and Tom Cruise together in one film.
Does he not?
Which they
see,
kinda
does
done. I
he
think
not
they're
see
wanting to
this?
do.
Does he not see it's queasy that a wealthy royal is like going on about stuff like that?
Yeah, just
He
know, you
doesn't
should go and-
feel.
instead of trying to bring awareness to it and stuff. Go and take some of your money and go and do something.
The thing is, homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to end homelessness.
No, there's always going to be difficulties because of the very nature of it.
even trying it, even doing it well. There's always going to be some people who won't take the help they're offered.
That's right.
There's
That's
issues that have chaotic lives. You're not going to help them. But I do believe you could end child poverty.
right. Child poverty is something that has to be attacked.
You could.
Attacked.
You need the nanny state to step in.
Yeah.
Because sadly, there's parents who liquidize fucking steak pies and give it to their infant children. I've seen in Dundee children
Yeah.
getting Coca-Cola to their infant children.
Yeah.
We've seen people to this day who smoke right in the faces of their
Mhm.
infants in prams. These people are morons.
Yeah. And there needs to be.
In America,
Intervention.
there's another woman did it. She wanted to go and enjoy her holiday, so she left her 2-year-old in a house to fend for itself, and it died. She just
When I hear
disappeared.
shit like that, you're just.
So
like,
you get what I mean? But
Oh
people are some, but no, a royal's no get help. But no, it's not, and he'll just spoon out some soup at a soup kitchen, and it's all fine.
no,
It's too
don't
much
like that.
effort to help all these things.
I remember seeing Russell Brand in
Oh, fuck's sake, smoking his
India
cigar.
years ago, and he'd go, and it was all these homeless children. And he went and bought them some sweets. Maybe take your millions and buy them a
The
place to
thing
live.
is, there's
Get,
there's non-profits get involved
You
in
know?
these areas, and this exploitation happens.
it's
These charities, you think they're all going in there and helping, and there's a lot of times they're not fucking
not doing
helping.
anything.
As soon as there's poverty, there's vultures come
I
down.
saw a place that were using this panacea, this bleach, to test it, and it was a non-profit, and I think it was Uganda or something, and they were testing it on children. Recently,
We know
Terrifying.
we've looked into a bit of non-profit over the time, and there's a lot of profit. There's a lot
That's-
of non-profit from a
there's
non-profit.
we're aware of non-profits that
Yeah.
have really, really good cars.
Here's a thing you do.
I'm just saying.
Here's a thing we do, and it should be every kid
Yeah,
in the country,
yeah,
not eating, not the private schools, they can fuck off.
yeah.
But every state school, you do breakfast and you do fucking lunch.
Every
Good
one of them.
quality food.
Every one of them.
Everyone do that tomorrow.
Every one of
And
them.
not shite, proper cooked, stick to your ribs food, good food.
Yes.
And the French do a thing where they don't call it the school canteen, they call it school restaurant.
Mhm,
And the food, every day it's something different. It's all freshly cooked.
mhm.
And there's a rule.
Oh, right.
You try everything and you clear your plate. No waste. You have to eat everything. None of the waste goes into the pool. The kids, oh, I don't really like that very much. No, you can eat it. Just try it. And they're gentle with them, but they get them to eat it. And
Vitally important.
the kids who were saying, I don't really like that, I don't fancy that. They says a month into it, they'll try everything. They're really good. Their kids are healthier. We're a wealthy country.
I was very lucky being at the school I was in the 80s because the school was shit. But the one they won an award.
Oh, canteen
at the
were
canteen.
great. Oh, canteen. Sticky toffee.
They
pudding.
won an award once, so they went to their head,
Yeah.
and all the money went into. So every day you went in. One day it was Indian food. The next day
Oh.
it was, or week you had. And I remember going
Canteen
in
curry with
and grabbing
chips.
as many chapatis as I
Ah.
could, and you're living the dream. It was great
It was
food,
wonderful.
great, all freshly
Everything had
cooked.
custard. Everything
And then
had
they would
custard.
invite different people in from different communities
Yeah.
or different, and all this food was cooked. And I
But
was
just-
very lucky with that.
But bags of frozen stuff is not economic. That's what
Yeah.
I can't understand.
It's
Turkey
frustrating.
Twizzlers and that. I know it's. But
No, I never experienced that
No.
at my
my
secondary
kind was
anyway.
great, and it was old canteen ladies,
Yeah.
granny kind of types.
Mhm. All
God, they'd
cooking.
they'd been our age really. But at the time, I thought these women are
Probably
very-
younger.
Yeah. So let's just do that. So every kid,
I agree.
and if
I-
kids are
I
all
agree.
fed,
Yeah,
they achieve more.
good food. Oh, I knew kids I was at
Yeah.
school with that never
Oh,
ate.
there's
Yeah.
kids that suffer bad. They don't do well at school because they're hungry. If you
Look-
try to do anything when you're hungry,
You will see it in Dundee. Now, Dundee is
Dundee's
known
pover-
for being
Dundee's child poverty is fucking
it's
shocking.
one of it's actually the worst in Europe, right?
yeah.
And you see tiny kids, but then if you go to Dundee High, a private school,
Yeah,
the kids have got good skin. They're
Yeah.
tall. That's food. That's the only
good
difference.
quality food. I
They live
did
3 streets apart.
in my travails as an artist. I was doing a thing, community in Dundee,
Mhm.
a late night thing, art
Oh, I'm
workshops.
sure. Oh,
And
one of those.
The kids that showed up, man, it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
They were just sallow looking and
Mm.
the peaky kids. They didn't smell good. Their clothes didn't smell good. You thought your parents aren't looking after you in the slightest. And there was sandwiches in that pot. And well, I'm a greedy bastard, well, but they were fucking they were starving. It was basically the art class was basically an excuse to give them some tea at night.
Yeah.
There's no
I've
excuse.
seen that.
Now why is that being allowed to happen? You got to be gentle with these little. A parent that's doing that to their kids, you got to be softly with them.
Yeah, that is.
No, you have to go in hard and say, you fucking bring up.
Yeah.
No, enough of this
There's
shit.
obligations.
Oh, but I'm a wee bit down the day.
Oh,
No, you've got kids.
I've
Shut the
heard
fuck
them.
up.
I'm a good mum.
No,
I'm
you're
a good
not.
dad. And you're like, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not.
Jizzing, spilling some dirty water does not make
A
you some
romantic, you are.
humanitarian.
And a poet.
There's a lot more. That's when things begin. You've got to sacrifice your own shit.
Yeah. I know. It's an awful one, and I see it, especially where I
And
live.
it's
I see
making
it
angry
all the
kids.
time.
It's making angry kids. They wonder,
it's a
why,
cycle.
Why is the place
Yeah.
getting smashed up? It's because the kids are angry. Why are they angry? Because they're not being loved, and
And they're not being taught how to deal with their feelings,
No,
their
they're
emotions.
not-
They're
they're not
becoming
being looked
teenagers.
after.
They're not being looked after. It's not a good thing.
It's not right. And then if they're not looked after, what do they owe? If you've been treated shit all your life as a kid, why the fuck shouldn't you smash someone up?
Yeah, I totally agree.
What do you owe anybody?
totally agree.
And these are simple things. This isn't the big issues. Cooking a
Intervention's
bowl of
important.
food is not a
And it's like
difficult
that.
thing.
Oh, the nanny state. No,
Have you seen
people need assistance.
some of these big, I think it's a big Sikh festivals where they
Yeah.
get these massive bowls of food and they feed all the
wonderful.
people that come.
Yeah.
And everybody gets a fucking feed. Human beings are ingenious.
Oh yeah.
can feed.
There's enough resources. You hear there's not enough resources. What you
We
hear.
one voluntary thing I ever did was Meals on Wheels. We used to go to the old folk, and there was old folk that were quite kind of elderly,
Mhm.
homebound, and the food was important, but it was just a blether.
Yeah, of course it was.
Just little
Interaction.
things. This doesn't cost that much. Mince and tatties isn't expensive, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. Now
We
let's
could-
get on
yeah,
a more.
let's go on.
That's a positive end.
No,
to
but we
that.
can. It's all fixable.
it's
This is all
fixable.
fixable.
I agree.
The drug thing is far more difficult, and a lot of the problems we're speaking about leads to people being addicts. But
Yeah.
how you get solved, I have no fucking idea. Alcoholism, oh fuck.
But here's the thing: is this as soon as you start, and you're talking about general kindness,
Yeah,
kindness is seen as a weakness and not good for business. It's
This-
not true.
they always think they think everything can be solved by entrepreneurial.
Monsters University. You watch that. Kindness makes the money in the end. That's where I learned it.
kindness.
So I've
Right.
got my fingers crossed. I've got my toes crossed. I've got my legs crossed. My ears
Can you
crossed.
do
and
that?
my
in your
eyes crossed.
Crocs?
I can do it all because I want this fight between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk to take place.
My dream, right? Here's
Oh.
what happened. They come in, they each swing a punch right into the fucking nose, bone shard right
Into
into
the
the
brain.
brainstem, both
at
of
the
them
same
dead.
time. Oh, man.
Is the world going to be a worse place if those two men just kill each other? Imagine
Nothing would happen.
Imagine
Nothing would
it's so
happen.
brutal.
Mhm.
They're like biting each other's, and it just keeps going, and everybody's looking
There's
away.
proper blood. You
Yeah.
can't. There's bite marks in the cheek. See,
If both those men died, the world. How many kids has fucking Musk had? 10.
oh, there's probably a lot more.
Zuckerberg's got 3 or 4.
See,
They're
here's-
but Musk's one of these guys. He wants to repopulate with his seed.
yeah, it's
He'll be.
disgusting.
I bet he's paying women he's never met. They'll have been producing kids for him. Yeah,
Right. Here's where
I think Zuckerberg will have him.
Oh, because he's been training.
Yeah,
He's into MMA,
is he?
and he's not great. But if you go up
A
against,
few techniques. Yeah,
if Elon Musk came in this room right now, I'd kick his cunt in.
he's quite a big lad. Must be. He's doughy. And
Couldn't give a fuck.
His nipples are so wide apart.
They're under his arms.
It's wild.
Constantly getting tweaked.
It's the
With his hands in his
Has a
pockets.
duck-billed platypus no got a nipple under its armpit?
Why are you looking? The point is, if Musk came in here, I'd kick the cunt out. I've got no fucking
No,
hesitation in
no.
fighting him.
Zuckerberg, you be cautious.
Zuckerberg, he's been training,
The
and
Zooks.
training helps. And people go, he's a nerd, he's a nerd. Training helps. And if you, of course it does. And if you've not been training,
Is it actually happening? Because a lot of what Musk says never sees in the light of day.
I think Musk, he'll bottle it. He would never
Yeah.
do it. But I think Zuckerberg would go, let's go.
Yeah,
I think he'd just go for it.
just go for it.
Just
Do
go
it for
Now
charity.
you imagine, right? Dana White charging.
Well, he's already involved.
He's involved. But he said it'd be the biggest fight ever. The
Yeah.
money would be
Oh,
unbelievable.
Boxing and everything's just become ridiculous.
yeah, it's
all-
become ridiculous,
would
but it's where
fight-
the money goes.
Remember Muhammad Ali used to fight like sumo wrestlers towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
Just all kind of
It is
mad
just
stuff.
money though.
Yeah.
And this is what it's all about. So in that fight, training is everything. Preparation is everything in a fight. And if you are Elon Musk that has this upside down body, he looks like Tweety Bird,
Yeah, he's awful, yeah.
and you go in against someone who understands what it is to maybe even accidentally get an elbow in the face, you're getting used to that. Zuckerberg would fucking
I've got a
annihilate
picture.
him.
Here's what I'm thinking. Zooks comes in.
Yeah,
He's ripped.
yeah.
Kind of pale body but muscular. He's got the thing on his Kumatai thing. He's all pumped. Suddenly there's a noise of gears and a robot suit comes in. Gets onto the stage but then fucking breaks and then just implodes. And then juice just comes out and that's the end of it.
Be a good fight. I'd watch that. And the thing is, I've never paid for a fight to watch in my life. I don't care. I would pay to watch this.
Genuinely like. I
50
don't like
quid.
sport,
Done.
but I genuinely like a good boxing match is wonderful.
Yeah,
A good boxing
I like
match
it.
and they have a fight and then at the end of it it's all civil. I like it. No, it's
Yeah.
good.
No,
Good boxing.
Good boxing, but a fight like this,
Yeah.
I would pay to watch it. And you know the problem with them, and this is what happens when you become a billionaire. You've got so many sycophants around you, or if you're famous or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're in the exact same position, the exact same as when I worked at a car rental firm. The day you leave,
Yeah.
all your jobs are taken up.
Yeah.
Nobody misses you.
Tesla could probably work better without it.
100%. I'll tell you, Twitter would be better without
Yeah.
it.
Facebook's on the decline, isn't it?
Yeah. So
And his meta things all
that
failed.
didn't work. It's because it was him behind it.
Yeah.
If it was just a general organisation that were developing
Yeah.
a metaverse that everyone could use, a bit like Android,
Yeah.
and you could go into
But
VR.
there will be a
but-
metaverse at one stage.
It has to be.
It
Yeah,
will
It will
happen,
happen.
but it's just not going to be them. Or
It's
it could
not.
be them. It's
I
just
think it will probably
a bit early, maybe.
evolve a bit organically.
Like that SimCity thing. What was that?
Yeah.
That,
But I think the the technology with it's just not there yet.
have you seen that?
You want a set of glasses
have you
like
seen
yours
that?
at work,
Have you seen that plastic? It's like
Hmm?
thin, like it's like cellophane,
right?
and they've got a fish on it. It's like a screen, and it's like,
Oh, really? Oh, that's the
Shit,
future. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what's coming.
but you can just roll it up. It's
Oh,
just wild.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. No,
I'd
but
pay to see a bit real brutal stuff. Just give them both an injection of like rabies.
just fuck. Rabies.
just as they're coming in, just rabies and fucking the strongest amphetamine you've ever, and LSD.
Just go.
And I want them
And
fighting.
they're run out screaming.
Feel like kickboxer where they've got the and they put the resin in the broken
Oh,
glass.
and nails and shit.
Fucking
I'd watch it.
cudgels. We
I'd
fucking
watch it.
bloody and fuck. Yeah,
But you know they're going to go out and go.
yeah.
just slaps.
If you see people, yeah, I've seen celebrities fighting before. It's not because they're
But
not.
you imagine Zuckerberg, who is training, I saw him and he is using technique, he's learning.
Mhm.
He came out and just got one good right, and you heard it. Musk. would
Imagine
just be
Musk going down in
rock-
slow motion, undulating.
It wouldn't be slow motion. That would be the Speedy Falls. His body's got its own gravity.
Who do you think? Who do you think's got the biggest ego of the two men? Because the Zuck plays a bit of the humble brag.
It's difficult.
He's of the Gates style,
I think.
so you don't bling it up.
I think
But Musk is more emerald, apartheid diamond bling.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because, and the reason I say that is because it's two very different kinds of ego. I think are
Yeah.
involved,
Yeah,
and you cannot have you can't avoid it if you're a billionaire and you've got all this power and people are all fawning
Kissing your
around you.
arse.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. This is the way I feel.
Do
now.
you ever see a skid mark as a billionaire? Do you ever go into a toilet and there's a skid mark?
No, but you'll see them on your own pants because if you'll have someone
Do
cleaning
you wear
them,
pants as a billionaire?
and yeah, and you'll go and you'll rub it in and go wash that. Did you get pleasure from that?
You make everybody hand wash them.
Yeah,
Okay.
lick them clean. So the egos are very different.
If a
I
billionaire
feel. So,
employed you
yeah.
and said, "I'm going to give you £1 million a year,
Oh, this sounds
work.
good. Yeah.
general housekeeper,
Don't say cleanies.
but you have to lick clean my underpants
No, you
once
see,
a
I'm
month,"
not doing it.
would you not do it
You'd do it.
for £1 million?
Are
Yeah.
you actually sitting there saying you would fucking do it?
For £1 million, because I would get through it. Because I'd think, well, I've told you this before. You won't eat a dog shit for £1 million.
That's correct.
I would eat a dog shit for £1 million.
I get to choose the dog.
I mean,
No, not a medium-sized dog. I'm going to find
big.
one of those
Akitas.
Akita dogs that are
There's
going
an
around. The
Akita.
shit is that long.
There's an Akita that used to shit at the university grounds,
Can't pick up with a shovel.
and you couldn't eat that in one sitting.
No. I want to see you eat a shit with a fork and knife. It's so big. It's going
For
to
£1
take
million
you
pounds.
for £1 million.
I'd
You'd
do
do it.
You do it. Can I choose what
What's
the dog?
wrong with
Can
you?
I choose what the dog eats?
Oh no, I choose.
Okay.
I choose.
Okay.
There's a lot of mince and fish mix.
Bone meal.
Yeah.
Just feed it pot noodles.
Hawk and everything in it. Mix that in.
Fish heads and pot noodles for a
lovely.
fortnight.
Right, I'd do that, and then it'd come out.
But that would make it more of a
And
smoothie.
do you know what would happen?
The
dog will yelp when it comes out. It's so bad, and I'd go, "Don't you worry, son. This is going to a good cause."
to get on a plate.
Oh,
Have you ever seen
you get
that?
it on a platter?
Have you seen that Divine? The John Walters.
Oh, I can't watch
and
it.
she actually eats a dog shit.
I can't
the
watch
dog
it.
shits and he goes across and he fucking eats it.
I hate it.
And he guzzles that
He was a
down. And
dirty bastard.
he
was a
didn't he didn't get £1 million for that.
He wasn't paid for it. He was just in it for a minute. He goes, "I'm going to eat that shit." Okay, come. Then his
Well,
teeth.
it wasn't like a
Then his
Mars
teeth.
bar.
Then his teeth.
But imagine if you just took an injection so you couldn't taste anything.
Oh no! Now
Oh, yeah.
see here's what's happening. No. There's no caveats, son. There's no caveats.
Because there's a famous Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, warm or cold? Should I
Chilled.
chill it overnight?
Chilled, because chilled has less
No.
flavour.
It's coming out. It's
Room
coming out
temperature,
fresh.
like a tomato.
The dog's going to be sitting here, and you go, right, you start eating,
Get to
but it's
do
not finished. Keep going.
There's a Twilight Zone episode where there's a gentleman's club,
Okay.
and the one of the members dislikes the other one because he's he chats too much. He's
All right.
boastful.
Copy.
So he says to them, "I'm challenge you." He says, like, it's for £1 million. You can't speak for a year.
Okay.
And in the basement of the club, everyone's involved. They have a room, glass room, and he's in there and he's been watched all the time. He's not allowed to utter a word. And he sat there for a year. And the guys who's made the bet, it ends up he doesn't have the money to cover the bet because he thinks the guy's not going
Right.
to do it.
Okay.
So the deal is, if he speaks, he's to leave the club and never come back. But if he achieves it, he gets money from the guy. And the guy's like that. He's going about in his cravat and he manages it and he's like distraught. The guy thought, and he says, "Look, I'm sorry. I'm a fool. I don't have the money. I can't cover the bet." And everybody's like, "Shame on you, shame on you." And he says, "Well, what have you got to say about it?" And the guy takes the cravat and he's had his vocal cords removed. So he can't make a noise.
Oh, that was a bleak ending.
Isn't it bleak?
Have you seen the guy that his mate bet him like 30 grand a
tits?
year to get tits?
He left them in.
He still got them.
Still got them.
He says, "I've never needed to work and got a great pair of tits. Life's great."
Yeah.
His mate's like, "Jesus, it's cost me millions."
It's people who've had tattoos sponsoring stuff and all kinds of things
Oh, I see that. But then again, I got a tattoo and a bet
for nothing.
of my friend in her wedding dress. Wait, was that your bride? No, not mine. Just someone I knew.
Jesus Christ. She's still in your life?
No, I haven't seen her in
Well done.
12 years.
Well done. Well done.
It's
And you
just-
criticise me for eating a dog shit for £1 million?
You're tattooed. You have a tramp stamp, don't you?
No, I don't have a tramp
What do
stamp.
you have?
I'm not telling you.
You have a tattoo, though.
I do. I have 2 tattoos. Let's continue.
Two?
Let's continue.
Oh, no. We'll just stop it right
No, no.
here. What is your tattoos? You can't.
I've got made in Scotland
Oh, I'm
tattooed
sure
in my
you
back,
do.
and I've got mum and dad under each nipple.
That's fair enough.
Not the name mum and dad. A picture of my mum and dad.
Oh, remains have been found where
Oh,
Julian Sands went missing.
It's desiccated corpse that touched it, and all these spiders came out.
Oh, God. Just like the film.
But he probably died. It was exposure he died of.
Who knows? It
But he
could
was
have
a
been
fit
exposure.
guy. He knew
Yeah.
what he was doing.
It could have been
It
an
just-
injury.
Yeah,
and you have a
poor
wee sleep and
bastard.
that's it.
Because his phone was pinging. But then the weather took real badly. Really bad. So they couldn't get him.
Oh my God.
I liked him. I think he had a certain energy to him. I liked him.
Yeah. I saw Johnny Depp perform on stage. I've never
God,
seen him.
what was his band called?
No, Hollywood Vampires or
No,
something.
because
It's
God Dog was
that's-
Keanu's.
Yeah, that's Keanu's. I think they're back together again.
Oh,
playing, but
wonderful.
terrible. But I've never seen Johnny Depp play. I've never seen him play. I just assume he's a guitarist. He's not. He doesn't know how to play. And nobody tells him. Now, I'm not saying this as a guitarist being a snob. Everyone has the right to play and have a great time. Guitar's a wonderful instrument. You'll have
He's
fun.
in a band.
He can't play.
So what does he
He
do?
just goes, and goes, oh, and he looks like I'm a rock star. Goes, he's been genetically spliced with scarves.
I've seen him in an advert where he plays a guitar.
He's not.
He gets looked at by a dog and he's playing a guitar next to a
Please,
buffalo.
everyone, because I was a guitarist, don't think I'm being a snob going, oh, he can't play. He can't play. It's not like he's even. Oh, he's
Is
not
it not
playing
an
great.
artistic, like kind of Yoko Ono's no a musician, but she'll do music.
Okay, he's
performance
Yoko Ono
art.
level,
He's a
but
performance
with the
artist.
guitar, and it just goes, and his fingers don't move right. When you see a guitarist, even if they're not very good,
I never
you
look
can
at-
see them maybe going for a chord shape. They've got an. You can tell. I can see his fingers don't know what they're doing. His fingers are doing something else,
It's like Steven
they're
Seagal because he plays the guitar and he doesn't.
but he just hits it with his thumb over and over.
He just
But
It's
his
turned up.
fingers are unaware that they're on a fretboard. I didn't know this.
And when did he last play?
It was just like this
Glastonbury?
week. And I was watching him going, oh my God, I didn't know.
Is there other people in the band who can play?
You've got like, what was it? Is it Alice Cooper or you've got, and then what was it? Jeff Beck, and you've got amazing musicians around him. And he's just standing there being Johnny Depp, being a scarf with a hat on. I didn't know.
My favourite band, celebrity band, is
Okay.
Russell Crowe's band.
Yeah, I just saw him singing last night. It's awful. I don't like
Is it not called A Bucket of Grunts?
Or
10
something
cocks and a
like-
bucket of
It's something
grunts.
like that. And then I saw, of all people to be in Lochee, Jared Leto was in my street just a few weeks ago. It was very strange.
Oh, you lied on him.
Yeah, it was very strange.
He's a horrible cunt.
He was across from my house. One of the worst places in Europe. He was just
Him and his brother, they're just awful. What are
awful.
they a band called?
Something to Mars.
But he's got an
Something to
island where
Mars.
he dresses in robes.
And
goes
they
there.
said they all dressed in robes just for the pictures as a giggle to make people think they're in a cult. But we decided to stay in them for the week.
His
Cult.
brother's sinfully ugly, which must be on
It's a yoga, yeah, because he's got this.
because Leto's kind of like
You know what it is?
Leto must be 50 odds, is he?
He's in his 50s, but you know what it is? It's hair.
Right.
Because people say Keanu Reeves hasn't aged a day.
But
Did
he
you
has.
see him in the Bill and Ted movie where he shaved his beard off?
Oh, he looks really.
He's just an old guy.
He looks like an old man. Yeah.
He's just an old guy. He's like us all. He's like us all.
yeah.
Shave that hair off and take his beard. He's like, he's older.
Yeah. He
And
is
it's
old.
like, oh shit. He's like,
I think when he made the last Matrix film, that terrible
oh, that
film,
was embarrassing.
but he'd had surgery done and it was a bit fresh and his eyes looked weird. In the John Wick one, he's looking better. It's calmed down a little.
Just get old.
Just bad.
Just
I
get
don't.
old.
I don't imagine he really cares. I think he's
No, I
quite a
don't think he
chilled
does.
guy.
I think
He's
his
getting a
hair's
lot of
naturally black.
He gets a lot of slagging because of
Doesn't
his
like-
girlfriend, just this normal-looking woman. But
She's,
you're like,
she's stunning and she's
Yeah,
smart. And
she's no, it's just
yeah,
civilian.
that's fucking. I hate that shit. You know?
It's like Hugh Jackman's got quite a chubby wife, and people slag
Yeah.
him off. Yeah, chubby.
What a dickish thing
I know
to
it
do.
is dickish.
What a
yeah.
dickish thing to do.
Have
I
you
don't
seen
like-
who? What's her name? Gadriel, from Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
What's her name? Doesn't
Uh,
matter.
Kate.
Seen her husband.
Is it not Kate Blanchett?
Kate Blanchett.
Blanchett.
Seen her husband.
Yeah, normal dude.
Oh, he's worse than normal.
No, he's a normal dude.
He's got lugs that come out like that. He looks. A
I
bit
have
like,
lugs that come out.
He
like
looks a
that.
bit like Mel Smith.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I remember it was Elizabeth Banks and her husband
Uh huh.
because he's just a normal dude.
Just a dude.
And people were just attacking him.
It's
like-
wild, isn't it?
and saying to her, "Why are you doing this? What are you
Oh.
trying to prove?" And it's like, "That's her husband
I
of
know,
years.
it's
You
awful.
cheeky cunts."
No, Jared Leto's shit. Just
He's
his
shit.
band.
He's terrible, and
He's
he's
shit
an
in it.
odd guy. And when he was on, he was playing Joker, and he was sending people weird shit,
Did he
'cause
send
his
them like a
method-
shite in the post? And that?
stuff like a dead rat and everything. I would have picked it up,
Made him eat it.
kicked the fuck out of him.
I'd eat a
Right.
dead rat for
Because
£1
people
million.
say,
Pounds.
"Oh, he's a tough guy and stuff." Not when I take in a fucking hammer.
Jared Leto's a
Oh,
tough guy.
sorry, I'm method acting.
Mm.
So I'd go, no, I'm the goodie in this film, so I'm
Yeah.
meant to attack you.
Okay.
So I'd go with a fucking hammer
So you'd be
Right.
dressed up as Batman, would
and
you?
say, "Here, just
Imagine Batman with Crocs on.
that's the future." So I'd go in, beat just smash
kill
his
him.
head in,
Smash him.
and then say, "See this rat?
Uh-huh.
You're going to eat it, son.
Yeah,
Not for £1 million.
His brother would come at you because his brother's always there as well.
I just smack him in the head as
You
well.
get him as well.
The one thing I do have
Oh.
is we slag Dundee and stuff like that, but I am from Dundee.
Constructive criticism.
So the first thing I could do,
Mhm.
and if someone even says, at a meeting, and they'll go, I'm sorry, I actually disagree with your approach to this paperwork. I'll pick up a hammer.
Yeah.
It's instinctive. You fucking cunt.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even feel that way. It's just
not
in the blood.
It's not even commented about
No.
at the end of the meeting. It's not. It doesn't even make it. Derek picked up hammer. It's
No.
in the minutes, but there's no. It's not.
There's no HR here.
No, it's not.
Because I'd kick the fuck out of them.
There's HP sauce, but there's no HR.
I do love that. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a change in the world, and there's only going to be one person left, and it's Tom Cruise in all entertainment. This is what
I
I'm
think
telling
so.
you.
Obviously, they've put his likeness into the supercomputer, so he'll just make films long after his death.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have.
know
We'll
it's
only need one person.
It's funny how his profile's bigger than it's been for a long, long time, and he's not
Huge.
mentioned the Scientology once.
Because Scientology's finished. That's all done.
Yeah,
I mean, he still believes in it, and that's his thing.
that's fine.
But it's done.
It's
It's
done.
done.
It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us on Patreon where you can see the full video versions of this, and come and see us. No one wants to come here.
Who's not coming to see?
Nobody.
There's been one fucking case of leprosy in here, and there was that one rat with rabies, and that's enough to put them off.
Wait.
You
And then-
fucking pussies.
In the last episode, you had a smoothie. That's going to put them right off.
Smoothie.
But right, if you come here to sit through a live show, well, not a live show, but just a taping of a show, go on, we'll make you a smoothie.
I'll make you a smoothie out of anything.
Anything.
Even
There's-
one of your body parts.
there's
I'll put in the
loads of
smoothie. Have
stuff.
you seen the blades on that smoothie?
Wait a minute,
maker?
my athlete's foot
Ooh.
is
99%.
99% gone.
Parmesan.
No, gone.
I'll have a
I
Tupperware.
finally got the right cream.
I'll have a Tupperware dish of
Smooth
dog
feet.
shit in it. Just open it up.
Not for £1 million though.
If they can get £1 million together, I'll eat a dog shit.
If anyone, right, but is it for the show? Because if you're doing it on the show, I'm 50%
I
of
need-
that's mine.
Oh no, you have to eat half.
Get the fuck.
You want
No,
half that million.
listen, 50%.
I'll just eat it in my studio next door.
Can I point something out?
Yeah.
I personally paid for this fan, and 50% of the time it's on you.
Oh well.
50% of the time it's on you. So if you eat a dog shit, 50% of that money's mine.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I'll eat out in
that's
the
how it works.
corridor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Eat out in the corridor. Wash your dog shit.
don't eat dog shit.
I'm
Ladies
not.
and
It's not
gentlemen,
something I
don't
do
eat
a
dog shit.
lot, but again, I'd like.
What do
to
you
be-
mean a lot? I
like
don't do
to
a
be-
lot.
I like to be paid for it. I
Occasionally,
like to be paid.
at Christmas.
Subsidised, for Christ. Is that too much to ask?
Yes. Later.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta.